To solve a trigonometric equation, we use the rules of algebra to isolate the trigonometric function on one side of the equal sign. Then we use our knowledge of the values of the trigonometric functions to solve for the variable. So if you have a unit circle memorized, you're doing really well, but if you don't or are a little bit iffy on it, I would recommend having a unit circle handy to make sure you feel a little bit better when solving these kinds of equations. Now in the directions, we're solving the equations on the interval 0 to 2 pi. We have specified an interval. That means we want all the answers in this interval. Sometimes you'll have questions that do not have an interval stated. If you want to see how that would work, that would be in part 2, the same questions, but with no interval stated. In any case, we're going to solve 2 sine x minus 1 equals 0 on the interval 0 to 2 pi. So what we want to do is get sine by itself. So I'm going to add 1 over, and then divide by 2. And I'm going to get a half. Now this is where having the unit circle makes things easier. You need to ask yourself, where on the unit circle is sine of x equal to a half? And in this kind of equation, there's only 2 places where you will get a positive 1/2. You will get it at pi over 6 and 5 pi over 6 for sine, for the y value. These are the 2 solutions to this trig equation. Next we have tangent squared x minus 3 equals 0. So we're going to solve for just tangent, so it means we're going to get rid of the square as well. So I'm going to add the 3 over, get this, and to get the square to go away, I'm going to square root both sides. So I'm going to end up with tangent x equals, and remember when you take the square root, you must have a plus or minus. So plus or minus root 3. Now again, I'm going to ask myself, where on the unit circle is tangent equal to positive root 3 or negative root 3? Still on the same interval, 0 to 2 pi. In this case, there's actually 4 answers. We have pi over 3, 2 pi over 3, 4 pi over 3, and finally 5 pi over 3. These 4 on the unit circle, when plugged into tangent squared, minus 3 will give you 0. So these are solutions to this trig equation.